Hello everybody, it is Knight Rick here from the Brotherhood of Steel. Welcome to Hobby Time. Tonight we are testing out the voice changer on the T60 helmet. However, we are also finishing up a rather big build. Now, let me get this helmet off.
Oh, guys. Oof, a little bit warm in that one. Right. That's that. So, tonight we have a life-size minigun. Perfect for the T60 armor. But stick with us on this one, guys, and let's get this built. So, guys, first and foremost, this file belongs to lilykill. Now, you can find lilykill on Facebook. He has a Patreon. I think he sells on a few other sites as well, maybe Cults 3D, you can find him. But look him up, send him a message, great guy. His engineering is awesome. But yeah, definitely check out lilykill. Always double check to make sure that you cut it the right way. So that is how that goes. So all I'm going to do today is I'm just going to glue some of these pieces together, probably glue that main minigun barrel together while the drum is finishing painting. Me, I always like to hit these with a 180, sand them down quickly. It'll just help the super glue take a little bit quicker. Now the way I cut these, they've got to be very precise. If I stuff this up, then we're going to have a bad time, everybody. So fingers crossed. I didn't orient them the best way as well. So this was actually the top layer. So we've got the layer lines and everything like that right at the top of this. So hopefully this works okay and gives us exactly what we need to do. Hold that in place for a second. Now obviously I'll fill all this sort of stuff in just with the Bondo. I've got to cut, there's like little burrs and stuff here, so I just need to cut them as well. Didn't turn out too badly. This is going to be quite a big build. I think it was ended up being about 120 hours, or it will be 120 hours by the time it's finished. I had a couple of mistakes, or print failures, you should say, but you know, you get that. I don't think there's anyone out there that hasn't had print failures, and if you said you hadn't had print failures, I reckon you're lying. Right, that is our ammo belt, ready to go. I might, depending on how this sits on the drum, I might actually just fill that in at the back there to give it a bit of extra strength, because I reckon this might get hit a bit, so it's probably going to get broken and stuff like that, which we don't want. So let's move on. There for the drum, we don't need those as yet. That's our inner and outer part. Now here we've got our main handle. Same again. Quick sand. Now we'll need to do a bit of work on these because they were printed laying down like this. So as you can see, we've got a bit of a mess there, but that'll get fixed up. Down the track, first thing about working with super glue, it seems to end up everywhere but where you want it to go. Now this is our main handle for the gun. This actually attaches to the top of the barrel, so this will kind of give you a scale of how big it is, which is pretty cool. As long as we've got that right. That's a little bit off there, so we might need to just separate and change that. A bit more super glue here. That's my fault, obviously. That's better. Let's fix that up. Now what I might do, guys, is I might switch to a time lapse because there is a hell of a lot of gluing on this going on, and I've also got to sand some of those edges off and those burrs off, so we'll switch to time lapse and we'll go from there. So here we've got our assembly going for the minigun. What you don't see is me stuffing the barrels up and putting them crooked. So they did get broken and I had to reprint all the barrels again, which was really annoying. Now I use super glue for all my prints, as I've mentioned before, simply because I can't get 3D gloop or any of that sort of stuff here in Australia. Must have a dangerous chemical or something like that. So for the minigun, what I've done is I've done a lot of internal welding with the soldering iron, and obviously with extra PLA filament and to fill in gaps and then bond everything together. Hopefully that's strong enough. The fact that it's a static prop, fingers crossed it's all good and everything like that. Now just doing the normal sort of stuff that I do for, it seems, most of my Fallout builds here. I am going ahead and filling everything in with the Bondo, and then I'm going over with the R47 and the R46 spray putty, which I use. It's great in Australia. I've got no problems with it whatsoever, so it's great for filling gaps and layer lines, everything like that. It also highlights any issues you may have. So I'm a big fan of it. If you're in Australia, I highly recommend it. It's made by a company called Prusa. I love the stuff, can't get enough of it. And now here is my classic Fallout paint coming up, which is the hammered silver or hammered metal finish. It's a Dual Lux product, it's Australian. I think it looks perfect for metal stuff. I do have also a blue one, which I'm going to try out for my Space Marine build to see if I get the same colour. Here we go, we've got a bit of assembly coming up now. So the drum was a bit of a pain. With those bigger parts, my print bed was slightly off, so I did have a fair few gaps, which that's all to do with my settings and everything like that. So it was a bit of a bummer, but I got it worked out in the end. Just means I had to do a bit more filling on the next stage once painting was done. As I mentioned, I had to do a bit of filling, so I also used the 3D pen for the smaller stuff because it's a little bit easier, and then the soldering iron with the PLA to get the larger things. Also, once the main gun was joined to the barrel, I had to find a way to bond it together, so I actually used filament and welding to bond it together. And my favourite bit is the airbrushing. So I've gone for that classic Fallout look that I really like. With the rust, the worn out, it's a 200-year-old part, so it's gonna look pretty beaten up and everything like that. So it's same as my armor. I don't care whether you're bloody Brotherhood of Steel or whoever you are, nothing looks brand new in the world of Fallout. But here's the final product, very happy with it, but you don't really get a sense of scale when I'm walking around it. I've just realised it looks like it could be the size of your bloody hand. Anyway guys, that was the minigun for the T60. As I mentioned in the video, we didn't do motorization because it is fairly hefty. And the design of this file, it doesn't really facilitate this turning. It would create a weakness here, probably last about half a dozen times, then it would break. But great as a static prop, and it is going to suit the T60 amazing at the con and different events. But yeah, that was the big girl. We've got a few more coming up, so stick with us. And as always, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, don't forget to comment. I try to reply to every comment when someone writes back. And like and subscribe if you like what you see. We've got a few more for the T60 series to go. A few more Fallout builds to go. And then we've got a few other bigger things, you know. I don't want to really give too much away, but I'm a father and I'm big and it's to do with gaming, so figure it out. But as always, thanks for watching, guys, and we'll talk to you soon.